Can I keep this one, Coach, or you want this?
I don't need that. I don't need a ball. Well, we need a ball. We got the right ball.
Guys ready?
We're ready.
So we're joined by University of Charleston Head Coach Sherry Winn, players Jihan Williams and Veronica Carman. Share a few words on the game and we'll have a few questions.
First of all, I think that West Liberty just played their hearts out. I mean, they gave everything they had, and I was so impressed with how hard they played. They came out and nailed the threes. They came out and, I mean, they just did everything they needed to do to win the game. And so I was very impressed with how hard they worked. I think that with our team, our team's been about heart all year long, and at the end, it was about heart. And we just reached a little deeper and came through with what we need to do right at the end. And as I mentioned, this team has always been about team first and heart, and that's why we won.
Sherry, West Liberty hit 6 3-pointers the first 12, 13 minutes of the game. You held them to 3 after that. What was the difference?
Well, I mean, we knew, I told the team that when West Liberty starts hitting threes, it's just like they start raining down threes. I mean, they just get hot and they get crazy on them. And so we talked about lock and chasing, getting tighter on them, making the switch if we needed to, hedging harder if we needed to, but absolutely no more threes. I mean, we just knew that was critical to, the success of the game, and we switched Veronica on Mallory, and that was also the product of that. She's been our best defender all year. We put on the best player on our team all year long, and so when we made that switch, she did a great job.
Veronica, why don't you talk about that challenge?
Well, it's a difficult because you run so many screens, and she's so she works so hard getting open, and she's always moving. So it was like it's a difficult task. I knew it was, but I knew I wanted to win, so I was going to do whatever I had to do to shut her down, at least calm her down a little bit.
What about the poise of your team? You guys have been climbing the mountain all night. West Liberty goes up 11, keep chipping. You finally get the lead, and then West Liberty goes back up by 6. And so often you see teams that they use so much energy getting back into the game that they can't make that second run once that other team gets the lead. What about your team's poise down the stretch?
Well, I think what happened was really Jihan came alive. I mean, she carried us through a whole stretch there of just wanting the ball, taking it to the hole, not being denied, being strong, going to the basket. It was a really physical basketball game, and it didn't matter. I mean, she went through that and found a way to score, and when she got that tough, it kind of lifted everybody else up to a different level. Fortunately for us, we've also had a lot of games this year where we were behind and had to come from behind to win. We had a lot of tight games, and that was also really good for us this season.
West Liberty only scored 1 point in the last 3 minutes, 33 seconds, and your defense is really ferocious. You agree? It was 5 few minutes.
Mm-hmm. We're not a phenomenal offensive team. I mean, we're really not, but we're a tremendous defensive team. We don't really get steals or anything like that, but if you look at, every game we play, we always hold our best scorers down. We always make the other team, shoot a poor percentage. And a lot of that's just our players buying into defense first. I mean, they really buy into it. They get after it. And then at the end, we knew that they were going to shoot a 3. They had to shoot a 3. Our players, played exactly the defense that we knew we had to play to not allow the 3-point shot to come off.
They could get the ball to their Mallory. They could get. You forced 2 turnovers in the last 15, 20 seconds.
Right. Well, I mean, we talked about in the huddle. Every team has go-to players. And we talked about we need to shut down 33 and 21.
33.
Those are 2 go-to players. We know coming out of the huddle. I said, make somebody else be a hero. Make somebody else be the hero. Don't let those 2 players hit the shot. And I think our players really bought into that.
How does this team compare to some of the others?
Well, we've talked about this all year long. We don't have the superstar, but we have the team, and we have Jihan has done a phenomenal job. I mean, she's rebounded, she scores when we need her. Veronica's done a phenomenal job, but it's always been team first. This is the only team I've ever coached who really bought into the whole concept of team. If you looked at the awards that were given for for all the, individual awards. We didn't receive that many. And it's because we're a team. And when you look at stuff, you can't say, well, geez, there's this outstanding player, there's this, it's about team. And we bought into team so well, that's what created our success this year, was that buy-in.
How'd you guys play tonight, Jihan? Just evaluate your team's play.
If I could evaluate my team's play, I would say it was relentless, because no matter how much we got down by or how much we turned the ball over, how many defensive assignments we messed up to hit Melanie to hit the threes, we were relentless. We kept pushing and pushing and pushing until we wanted to get our goal, which was to win the conference tournament, and here we are now, we're champs.
Well, the intensity was obviously higher in this last 3 minutes, you agree? Did you feel the intensity was rise in these final minutes? Especially on defense.
I really felt like the intensity rose, because all through the game we were kind of just blah, kind of sort of going through the motions, and at the end of the game it's okay guys, it's a close game, it's do or die right now, it's either get it done or lose, and we did not want to lose. We were relentless.
I'll say this for coach or either of the players. Over the holidays, you guys had played some tough teams down in the Bahamas. Played a good NAIA team in University of Cumberland, but you took a couple of losses over the holidays. Was that any sort of a turning point or a rallying point, heading into the conference schedule? And it seemed like your team got hot from that point.
Yeah, I agree, because those losses, we learned something from each one of those losses. We really sat down, looked at the videotape, and really examined where we needed to improve on as a team. And we had individual video sessions, we had team video sessions. So throughout the break, we was learning throughout the whole break. We was learning, working on all our weaknesses in order to get better, because we knew conference was going to be tough, and we knew we had to be on top of our game to come out on top.
Coach, heading into the NCAA tournament, getting back to the NCAA tournament, great accomplishment for you. Do you think that this conference deserves more than one team in that tournament?
I really think it's a shame. I really do. My feeling is that, that Westlib absolutely should be in the tournament. There was a game that was not played between two schools. And to me, that's so unethical. And, there's no penalty, because nobody thought that two teams would do that. And, I told Coach Owen before the game, the only good thing that would happen if they beat us with it, that Westlake would get into the regional tournament. And I wouldn't feel bad about that part of it. Mm-hmm. They certainly have done such a great job throughout the season. And it's sad that we're sitting here and PSEC has 4, I guess, and we've got 1, and then it'll be the CIAA with 2, 3.
Yeah.
I can't
2
count.
and an independent.
2 and an independent.
Oh, and 2 independent, yeah.
Right.
But we've been well represented before, and I'm sure that our league will step back up and be well represented in the future as well.
Any further questions? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.